All right, YouTube, Instagram, welcome. So today we're going to talk about how to guarantee to get up to $250,000 in the next 90 days. I'm going to share some things with you that you may or may not know in relations to getting access to funding. I'm going to tell you the do's, I'm going to tell you the don'ts, and I'm going to even tell you the cheat code that a lot of people may not know when it comes to getting up to $250,000 in funding. I'm going to share with you the things that I learned by being in rooms where there was not a lot of people that looked like me. I remember 2 years ago, I went to a conference where they were talking about business buying, and everybody in there, in order to even make it into the room, you had to be a seven-figure earner. Okay, about 4 years ago, I went to a business buying conference, and in order to even be in the room, they verified your tax returns. You had to make at least seven figures. And I learned a couple things when it comes to how are these individuals, how are people going out there getting business funding in the six figures. I'm not talking about just getting 100,000. I'm not talking about just getting 250. How are people like my client David Selvin, who has over $3 million in funding? How is that possible? I'm going to share that here with you today. So first thing you need to know, last year, 2024, there was over $2 trillion of business funding that was lent out. Only 4% of it came from SBA. 95% of it was from traditional banks. 95%. Now, here's the thing. Traditional bank funding is typically a little bit more expensive. If you want cheaper money, you have to become bankable. And I'm going to go over those things here with you today. So now the first thing you need to know, and I need somebody to write this in the chat. There are over 48 high-risk industries you need to stay away from. Somebody type that in the chat. There are over 48 high-risk industries to stay away from. You got to stay away from them. I'll give you three of them. First one, credit. If your company name has credit or your Naxos code has credit in the title, that is considered high risk. I'll give you another one. I'm going to give you three today. If you have trucking in your company title, you're considered high risk. Anything that has trucking in there. Now, there's a way around that. There is a way around that. I've helped a lot of trucking businesses get funding, but you got to know how to position your business. Because see, everything when you're going into the bank, write this down. It's all about perception. It's all about perception. See, the underwriters can only see what you put on the application and how you connected your business. That's why all of this is important. So we got credit, we got trucking, and then number three, this one's a bit controversial, and Derek Shirley put it on YouTube already, consulting. Did you know that consulting is actually considered high risk? Consulting is now considered a high risk industry. And the reason that is because during COVID, when people were going out there getting all of this money from the banks, these consulting businesses were out there getting all of this PPP. People were just setting up bogus companies and calling themselves a consulting business. So now some banks frown upon consulting businesses. So if you are wanting to become, somebody type in the chat, business funding versus business bankable. Business funding versus business bankable. If you want to become business bankable, I need you to come and see me. Now, I can help you with both, but the real money, the real funding unlocks when you become business bankable. See, everybody's showing you how to get a quick 100. Everybody's showing you how to get a quick 50. People may even be showing you how to get a quick 200. But if you are not business bankable, your money becomes expensive. Let me give you an example. Did you know when you have a 0% interest business credit card, if you are late one day, that they can throw the 0% interest out and your interest rate can go to as high as 35%. Let me say that again. With a 0% interest business credit card, they have terms and conditions that I'm pretty sure nobody in there reads. And that if you are late one day, now it may not show as a late payment on your report, even though it will on Experian Business. If you're late one day, they can actually rescind the 0% interest, and your interest rate can actually be bumped up to 35% when you're using business credit cards. Now, when you have a business term loan, which 95% of businesses don't qualify for. And how do I know? Because most businesses are not business bankable. Most businesses who are not business bankable, when you are trying to get a business term loan, your interest rate is locked. Now, here's the thing I often tell people. The interest rate is irrelevant when the debt servicing is more than the actual, when whatever it is you're using the credit for, whatever monies you make, if it's more than your minimum payment, the interest rate is not that big of a deal. But here's something you need to be mindful of. You need to understand that when it comes to, and somebody write this down, you need to be mindful and understand that there's a difference between the payment when the money is revolving versus when it's termed. Let me say that again. When your money is revolving and it does not have a term, it makes a big difference versus when the money is termed. And I'll tell you what that means here. So when you have a revolving credit line or a revolving business line of credit, there may not be a term attached, which means you can pay it off and pay on it infinitely. You can take 5 years to pay it off. You can take 10 years to pay it. There's no term attached. But when your money is termed and you have to pay it back in 2 to 5 years, the money can be a little bit more expensive. So when you are going out there and looking at lending, you need to know the difference between non-termed money versus termed money. This is why I tell my clients to stay away from companies like Fundbox. This is why I tell my clients to stay away from short-term lending unless you need it and it's an emergency. Everybody type short-term lending in the chat. There are lenders out there who will loan you $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 and you have 6 to 8 months to pay it back. The money is more expensive. But what entices people is because you can get the money easy. So you got to be very careful. You have to be very, very careful, or at least know what you're getting into. You want to know what you're getting into. All right. Another reason why people aren't bank lendable. If you have a website, or if you need a website, okay, if your business website does not match the date of the inception of your business, here's what I mean. I know people who they started their business in 2019 and they're getting a website built today or in 2025. Your website needs to be backdated to read 2019. Let me say that again so that it does not go over your head. Another reason you're not bankable is your website date does not match the date of establishment for the business. For example, if your business was started in 2019 and you go to the bottom of your website and your website says established in 2025, banks can check that as a red flag. So you may have to backdate your website. or work with someone who knows how to backdate websites. Is that a service we offer? Yes. So if you don't have a business website, you want to get it, because you will not become business bankable if you do not have a website. And if your website is not matching the date of establishment for the business, that can be considered a red flag for the banks. The banks are scrutinizing everything right now. Why is that? Because they're being more frugal with their money. How many people on this live right now has had a bank reduce their limit on their credit card in the past 12 months? Somebody said, can it be off a year? No, you want it to be established the same year that your business was set up. Remember, we're talking, everybody type in the chat, professionalism. If you want to be business bankable, you have to show a certain level of professionalism. We're not cutting corners, especially if we're talking about getting 250,000 in the next 90 days. We got to operate at the highest level of business and banking professionalism. Okay? So if your website does not match, if I have a business, do your company set it up properly? If I have a business, yes, we can help you, Von Timothy. Matter of fact, Tim, I've been trying to reach you, me personally, and I normally don't even make the calls. Tim, send me a direct message. I've been trying to reach out to you so we can get you funded. I think you're the one who did the business scan, so we've been trying to reach you. So you want to have a certain level of professionalism. What up, Dwayne? I see Dr. Andrina in here. She'll tell you. my team was able to help her get her business bankable position to a certain level of professionalism, to where her business became business bankable, and she was able to go get SBA money. Do y'all know how difficult it is to get SBA money? That's why, let me give you the stats again for those who just joined. Last year, there was over $2 trillion in funding, okay, that went out to small and medium-sized businesses. Do you teach how to start a funding company? Thomas Bell, yes, and I actually have a business in a box that I'm dropping this year. Everybody who I've ever helped start a funding company is making six figures. Why? Because as long as you sell money, you will make money. And I have a software that can automate that process for you, Tim. So if you're interested, send me a message. So last year, 2024, you can go and research this. There was over $2 trillion of money that was lent out to small and medium-sized businesses. Okay. And out of that 2 trillion, 1.2 trillion of it was done by banks, credit unions, and other lending institutions, and only 56 billion was lent out by SBA. And when you break down to the percentage, only about 5% of it was done, or only about 5% of the money that was borrowed by SBA. The other 95% was borrowed by traditional banks, credit unions, et cetera, et cetera. What does that tell me? What that tells me is that 95% of businesses are not business bankable. Because if you could get cheaper money, you would. I tell people all the time, if you're going to buy a business, I would never buy it with my own money. I would go and get SBA money. But 95% of businesses are not business bankable. So guess what they got to do? They got to save their money up and hope that the business doesn't sell before they get it. Where can I get the book Survive? Where can I get the that Thrive and Survive book? Send me a direct message. I'll send it to you for free. Send me a direct message. I will send it to you for free. I'm in the giving mood today. I'm going to send some free books out today. Send me a direct message with your name and a mailing address, and I'll get a book out to you for free. So if you want to know how to get $250,000 in funding in the next 90 days, as well as how to become business bankable, right now I'm sharing with you what not to do. So if you just joined in, there are over 48 high-risk industries you want to stay away from. And I gave three: credit, trucking, and consulting. You want to stay away from those three industries. Number two, your business website date needs to match the same year your business was established. So if your business was established in 2019, your website should not say established in 2024. Okay. Next, in order to be business bankable, there are 8 stipulations that you must adhere to. I'm not going to give you them here today. You got to be a part of the ecosystem. You got to go through what Dr. Andrina went through. She said, Will, all I did was follow 1, 2, 3. You made it so easy that I can go to any, I can go, because you can get multiple SBA lending. You have to be a part of the ecosystem. But there are 8 stipulations that you have to adhere to if you want to become business bankable. Yeah, you can go get some business credit cards. I can help you with that all day. But if you're trying to get some real money, if you're trying to get some real funding so that you can, the cheap funding, you got to be business bankable. There are over 8 stipulations in order to qualify to be business bankable. Matter of fact, I'll give you one. If you want me to at least give you one, type the number 1 in the chat. In order to be business bankable, there are 8 stipulations that SBA looks at, that banks look at, because there's different types of lending even from the banking side. But 95% of businesses are not business bankable. If you want me to give you at least one of them, type the number 1 in the chat for me. I'll give y'all one. I'll give y'all at least one. One from Little Rock, Arkansas, Jackie Jones. Welcome. Just for Jackie Jones and everybody else who typed the number 1, I'll give y'all at least one stipulation. One of the stipulations is you got to have a business plan. One of the stipulations are you need to have a business plan. Now, in that business plan, there are certain criteria, there are certain metrics, there are certain data points that they are looking for. What if I told you my team walks you through and they know every data point that you need to show to that bank? So the bank will have you present this as well. Calvin, yes, you present it in a folder. You literally walk in the bank, drop the manila folder on the desk, and you give them all the documents. My team makes it so easy for you. It's almost like unconscious competence. If you don't know what unconscious competence is, so in life, there's 4 levels of consciousness. And the highest level of consciousness that one can ever get to in any area of life is unconscious competence. And when it comes to business funding, we help you get to the level of unconscious competence, where unconscious competence is equivalent to just breathing. See, you don't see when you're driving, most people drive at a level of unconscious competence. You're not even thinking. You see the red light, you stop. You see the green light, you go. You see the yellow light, you slow down. You see the turn, that's unconscious competence. See, most people, when they're trying to start a business, when they're trying to fund their business, they're not at a level of unconscious competence. That's why they have so many mistakes. That bank does not care about your 750 credit score if you're not bank lendable. They don't care. What if your business is to buy a profitable business and scale it? That's the reason you want to be bank lendable. And that's what I'm teaching here today. One of the stipulations out of the 8-point stipulation in order to be business bankable is you must have a business plan. My team does that business plan for you. I actually have a whole team of business coaches. This is all they do. They make sure you are business bankable. Walk you through literally step by step. Here's another one. And then I'm also give you a cheat code in order to get some funding in the next 90 days. I'm going to give you the cheat code. Here's the next one. Somebody type this in the chat. The banks will look to see what are your comparable credit lines. What are your comparable credit lines? Now we're going to come back to this one. What is your comparable credit? Essentially, if you got a bunch of credit cards or credit lines on your business or on the personal side that are like 5,000 and 7,000, banks are not giving you high limits. Now, you may be able to go to like a Navy or one, like you may get one card at like 20,000. You may get one at 35,000. But let me tell you something, that does not move the needle, ladies and gentlemen. Here's something I really need everybody to understand. Getting that one card from Navy Federal for 40,000 does not move the needle long term. It's a good start, but it doesn't move the needle. Aren't you tired of getting a bunch of $5,000 credit card limits? What are your comparable credit lines, just like when you find the market value of homes in the neighborhood? Aren't you tired of just getting $5,000 credit card limits? We help you with your comparable trades, and we ensure that when you are going to become bank lendable, if you're looking to be bankable, you got to have these stipulations in place, and having comparable credit is very important. All right, next one. Before I give y'all a cheat code to helping you get 250,000 of business funding. And here's what's so interesting. I know when people see the tagline, they see 250,000 in 90 days, and they think I'm just about to give them some scam play. So they'll come on my live and then log off because they see that it requires a little bit of work on their part. Yes, you still got to have good credit. Yet, uh, aren't y'all tired of falling for the scams that hadn't worked in the past 5 years? Aren't y'all tired of that? Aren't people tired of using never mind. All right. Here are business credit reporting agencies that a lot of people may not be familiar with. The ones that all banks look at. For the record, no bank ever looks at your Dun & Bradstreet. Let me say that again. There is no bank that will ask or look at your Dun & Bradstreet. They don't care. As a matter of fact, DNB is not even owned by the same agency anymore. DNB is now a government agency. So if you're trying to get government contracts, then yes, you want to build up your Dun & Bradstreet. But the DNB profile and the DNB score, banks do not use that in order to determine your credit worthiness. So now let me tell you the bureaus that the banks are looking at. Somebody type these in the chat. The first one, Experian Business. What are your comparable credit lines? Comparable credit lines mean bank, if you're trying to get limits at 40,000, they want to see you have 40,000 reporting. If you're trying to get limits at 50,000, they want to see you have 50,000 reporting. That's what comparable credit lines are. They want to see that you have limits at the comparable dollar amount that they intend on lending you. So if you only got $5,000 limits, that's what you're going to get. We help you fast track through that. Okay. So Experian Business is the most used bureau that banks look at. Experian Business is the most used. Somebody type these in the chat. Experian Business. Number two, of course, you have Equifax Business. You have Equifax Business, which if you know anything about Equifax Business, they are a part of SBFE. SBFE, which stands for Small Business Financial Exchange. Small Business Financial Exchange. Prime example, I remember about 6 years ago, I went into US Bank and I applied for a business line of credit with US Bank, which US Bank, they're one of the more difficult ones to get a business line of credit from. And when they pulled my business credit, he said, "How do you have something reporting on your SBFE?" I said, "You mean Small Business Financial Exchange?" He said, "Yeah, most people ain't never even heard of that." I said, "Because I really do. I really play this game. I really know this industry." And he was extremely like impressed. He was extremely impressed. So you want to make sure Experian Business, you have Small Business Financial Exchange. Here's the next one. FICO SBSS. FICO SBSS. Let me write that again. FICO SBSS. My wife just signed up for the REI 90. Hood baby Pablo, man, welcome. Welcome for you and your wife, man. Trust me, y'all lock in. We got a lot of dope things dropping this year in REI 90. And you got in because the price is going up. You got in time. The price is going up. I'm not going to lock out the REI 90, but the price is going up because the information is too valuable. It's very valuable. It's going to be like tuition now. But we're going to offer the ability for you to be able to finance it. Okay. So now the FICO SBSS. Here's something that you may not know about the FICO SBSS. Every single bank utilizes the data points of the FICO SBSS, and there are 4 components. Let me say that again. Every single bank, when you are applying for business credit, every bank, these are the things they don't tell you. Matter of fact, because most of the bankers don't know. This is what the underwriters know. And you're not even able to speak to the underwriter. Okay? You're not even able to speak to the underwriter. The SBSS has 4 data points that they look at. 4. They have 4 data points. And if you want me to tell you at least one of them, type the number 1 in the chat. The FICO SBSS has 4 data points that every single bank looks at whenever you're looking to apply for business credit. And if you do not meet these 4 data points, this is why you can get a denial with the 700 plus credit score. You must meet these data points. I'll give you one of them. I need everybody to type 1 in the chat if you want me to share at least one of them with you. All right. So one of the data points, in order to qualify, when the SBSS pulls your report, they look at your personal credit. %35 of the data points for the FICO SBSS is credit score driven. It's the highest component. This is why having good personal credit is important. It's extremely important. Look, I need y'all to go like, comment, and share. I think I'm going to do a special YouTube tomorrow. If you want to be a part of this exclusive YouTube live that I'm going to do tomorrow, I need you to go like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube. If you like and comment and share on my YouTube, I'm going to also send you a free link to do a free data scan of your business. And then what I'm also going to do, I got to go back and watch the old classic credit video. Credit is king, hands down. Appreciate that. And if you like, comment, share on my YouTube, not only will I send you a link to do a free data scan, I'm also going to send you for free a comprehensive budget form. You're going to be able to go through and calculate to see what your budget is. These are things you need to start knowing. In 2025, if you are looking to be bank lendable, if you're looking to be business bankable, we have to increase our level of professionalism. We're going to have to understand that the only way we can make it into those rooms where the people who are buying up the businesses, where the people who are making 7 figures, they understood that there is a cost of admission to play this game at a high level. Aren't y'all tired of going out there scraping by just to start these businesses that are failing because you're running out of money? Aren't you tired of just trying to use Facebook for free and just highlight and at 99 people? That doesn't work no more. I block people who do that. You got to have money for marketing, you got to have money for advertising, and you got to have money for customer service. Banks generally require a personal credit score of 680 or higher. Absolutely, Chantel. And if your credit isn't in position, we help you with that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be dropping some software where I'm going to give people, and you got to be a part of my ecosystem. I'm going to drop a software, my new AI software, that is going to give everybody who's a part of the ecosystem where you'll be able to do your credit for free. And I'm going to give you all the letters. That's right. I'm going to give you every single letter. All you got to do is click a button and it will draft everything for you. I'm going to give every single person who is a part of the ecosystem for free. Mike said, how do you get a part of the ecosystem? You either got to join the REI 90 or you got to have access to the business success software. You have to have made an investment, because I can't give everything for free and then you take that information and run off and go make hundreds or tens of thousands or millions of dollars without having some level of exchange with me. I'll keep you accountable to your word. A comprehensive data report. You have to play this game at a high level. Aren't you tired of using Facebook for free? Jackie, I appreciate you. Jackie said, y'all better get y'all stuff together. I have to renew ASAP. Shout out to REI 90. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to be bigger and badder than ever. It's a lot of stuff that y'all going to have access to that if you don't have this information, you will not make it in 2025. And the reason I know that is look around. Look how many people done fell off. Look how many creators, look how many gurus, just look at all of the different industries that's failed. If you don't understand how to play this game, I talked about this last night. Did y'all see number 45 and 47 giggling and high-fiving? Roadrunner, send me an email. Or Roadrunner, you can actually text the word income to 855-449-4888. Roadrunner, text income to 855-449-4888. I'll have somebody from the team reach out to you. Looking forward, do the same thing. Send me a message. We can get you going today. Big Cancer Energy, survival of the fittest. That's right, Chantel. Big Cancer Energy, all is in the building. It's cancer season 12 months a year. It's cancer season all 12 months. So check this out. Did y'all see number 45 and 47 cackling and high-fiving? And see, here's the thing. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Here's the thing. And I talked about this yesterday. They've convinced all of the people that it's about green or blue. Red or blue. It is green. Let me say that again. They've convinced the people that it is about red or blue. If you don't know what that means Republican or Democrat. See, I don't claim a particular party. I just participate in whatever the laws allow me to. Here's what I mean. 47 during the 40. Y'all know who I'm talking about. President Trump and Obama. Okay. Financially keen, you caught it. Financially keen caught it. Looking forward. You shouldn't have to distinguish that, bro. Derek, unfortunately, sometimes we have to. Hold on. Derek, looking forward. Text income to 855-449-4888. Text income to 855-449-4888. So check this out, y'all. So they're back there cackling. They've conditioned the people to thinking that it's about blue or red. And go and look up the definition of conditioning. It'll blow your mind. And here's how conditioning works. And I told this example yesterday on live. Okay. Let's take this right here. Y'all see how hollow this is. Okay. Y'all see how hollow this is. There was an experiment done with fleas, and they actually put about 100 fleas in a container that was about as hollow as this. And what they did was, and if you know anything about fleas, fleas like to jump. That's how they transmit to animals and all of these things. And so what they did was is they put 100 fleas in a container about this hollow, and they put the cap on. And of course they could see through it. It was a glass container. And what they started to notice is that the longer the fleas were in there, they stopped jumping as high as the cap because they got tired of hitting their head at the top. And so what ends up happening is that over time, the fleas jump about half as high. And so because the fleas have gotten conditioned to understanding the pain of hitting their head at the top of the cap, they were able to actually take the cap off, and the fleas would not even jump out the bowl or the glass. That's conditioning. Now, let me translate that into 2025 time. Red and blue have conditioned people into staying poor. Red and blue have conditioned people into thinking that credit is bad. Red and blue have conditioned people to thinking that the 401k is going to save them, even though Ted Benner, the godfather who created the 401k, said it is not meant for the employee. It was meant for the employer. Red and blue have conditioned people to think that real estate is a bad idea, even though they're coming up buying up your big mama's houses and giving you enough money for a Cadillac and a trip. That's all they're giving you for Big Mama house. And you will gladly accept it because you got tired of bumping your head at the top of the ceiling of the container, and they was able to let us run free, and we still won't jump out the glass. They let us be able to live in any neighborhood, but we still want to live in the hood. They will let us be able to hit any income bracket, but yet we want to stay poor. We will say ridiculous things like, oh, I don't want to make a lot of money because then I'm going to pay more in taxes. No, you have to learn how to play the tax game like 45 and 47. People actually got mad at 47 because he said, I will pay no taxes and you will like it. And people got mad. But when I heard him say that, I said, oh, wow, I actually have the ability to do the exact same thing as him. But you got to understand how to play the game of finance. You got to understand how to play the game in asset building. You have to know how to become business fundable in business bankable. If you don't know how to play these games, you have no chance of winning. You will be the flea that will stay in the container even though there is no lid at the top. And you want to know how I know? Ask yourself where your life is at right now. How many vision boards have you completed over the past 10 years? And most of the things on there don't even get accomplished. How many conferences have you went to? How many motivational workshops have you went to? And nothing still has transpired. How many things you're going to go out there and try without a real blueprint? How many times you're going to go out there and try to get that $10,000 from Sam's Club without a PG and your business still not thriving? That's because we have to learn these concepts. And that's what's a part of my ecosystem. This is what I teach. So you can text income to 855-449-4888. This year, I'm going to show people how to make 6 figures in this industry, all utilizing AI and software. You're not going to have to do any heavy lifting. You're not going to have to do, all you're going to have to do is have a computer. That's how easy I'm going to make this for people. I'm going to even show you how to set up your own credit repair business and make six figures in this industry. If y'all don't know, I was one of the first in this space. Most of the people I taught. How much is the REI 90? Mark Trillion, send me a direct message. Because I don't know. I don't sell it. You would have to speak with one of my advisors. But right now, it is still on Black Friday special. The price is going up in February. The prices of REI 90 is going back up in February. So if you're trying to get locked into REI 90, I highly suggest you reach out to me this month. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't care if 3 people sign up from February to December. I'm fine with that because I know how to become bank lendable myself. My group, who's already a part of REI 90, they know how to become bank lendable. So they can go out there and buy all of the houses and play the game like 45 and 47. What up, Tommy? So again, send me a message if you would like to get the free budget and the free data scan. Send me a message. Make sure you follow, comment, share, subscribe to my YouTube, and I will give you the free budget form so you can do a budget. I've made it very simple. All you got to know how to do is pull your information. I've made it that simple for you. Moving forward, let me see. Is there a business bankable course? Yes. I'm putting that together right now. Matter of fact, it's available. That's why I said DM me. DM me, Sparky Chris. Chantel said the original OG, King of Credit, Mr. Roundtree. Appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's why I titled the book Credit is King. My attorney actually had to send a few cease and desists. I own the trademark. Can I get the free budget form, please? The only way you can get the free budget form is you have to follow me on Instagram. You got to subscribe to my YouTube, like, comment, and share on this video. You send me that, I will and screenshot it. You can get the form for free. We're all about exchange here. I've been giving away stuff for free without asking y'all to exchange with me for the past 7 years. You're going to have to do a little bit of something now. And all you got to do is subscribe and do things you're probably already doing with a lot of other people. So before I wrap up, any questions? Any questions? And next week, I think I'm going to do an Ask Will. I'm going to do something called Ask Will. This is where if you have any questions on business, real estate, funding, credit, business bankable, bank compliance, you can reach out to me and I'm going to answer your questions live. Kayla, what up? Oh, let me give you all one more thing too. I forgot to mention this. Here's one of the cheat codes to being business bankable and understand and how to cheat the system when it comes to having comparable credit. Here's the cheat code. So I remember going to this workshop in Arkansas. Should you create an LLC for each property? You can, but that's something you want to speak with your tax professional about. But we do talk about that in the REI 90. So I remember I went to Arkansas to this business workshop, and they actually had me teaching credit to the other business owners who were offering funding. Let me say that again. I went to Arkansas, Fayetteville, Arkansas, to go and teach credit, meaning how to evaluate and underwrite a credit report to business owners who were going to start offering funding. And they were paying like $60,000 for these funding franchises. Okay. And they flew me in. And as I was teaching them how to underwrite credit reports, I heard them when they talked about how to circumvent showing the bank's comparable credit. And they said, did you know you can get business credit trade lines? And I was like, huh? Yeah, you can actually add trade lines to your business. Now, it's not an authorized user. So it's not like calling up Chase and adding your friend to your credit card and it reports. It doesn't work that way. These are actually primary business credit trade lines that stay on your business forever. And that's how you get around the comparable trade lines. And the smallest line is like 30 to 50,000. And the highest is like 100,000. So if you are trying to play this game at a high level, I need you to send me a DM. I need you to send me a DM if you want to play this game at that level. We also can add business credit trade lines to as many companies and LLCs as you have. Y'all should go back and just go through my Instagram feed. I post a lot of my approvals. How do you think I got one approval for 200,000? Because I add business credit trade lines to my company. How do you think my clients are getting $60,000 approvals on one credit card? Did you know US Bank has a credit card where the threshold is $100,000 on one credit card? And guess what they look at? Comparable trade lines. I'm telling y'all gonna learn that it's levels to this game. What they're showing you on the internet, oh, get the quill and the U line. Look, that's they're teaching you how to go get gas cards. I'm teaching you how to go own a gas station. Okay. Well, I'm not sure where to start, but I need some guidance on how to navigate financially and what would be my second investment. Do I need to text this number you added in the comments? Jackie, yes. You may want to book a consultation or a strategy call with me. So text income to 855-449-4888. Somebody from the team will reach out to you and help you get going, being able to get a strategy call with me. Kayla, you better let them know. It's strategies to this. It's levels to this. And I'm telling y'all, they ain't teaching y'all this stuff. They just showing y'all how to go get gas cards. They showing y'all how to go get a card from Wex. You don't need to buy a bunch of pencils and ink pens just to go get a card from Wex. That means nothing. First of all, what are you going to do with a $3,000 limit on Wex? What you going to do with a $5,000 limit on Wex? You can't buy real estate with that. You can't run your business off of that. Come on, y'all. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all DM me. Go to YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Look, I'm back. Y'all see, I've been going live a lot. I'm going to be all up in y'all face all 2025. Y'all going to get tired of seeing me. Who is that said that? Chantel, it's cancer season all 2025. I'm going to be all in y'all face. I'm going to be all in y'all notifications, all in y'all DMs, all up in y'all emails. Look, y'all going to get tired of this face in 2025. But I'm only doing it because I love y'all. Because in 2026, y'all will not see me. I will be somewhere on a remote island with no mosquitoes, living off of my rental income and my businesses, because I understand business bankability. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all text income to 855-449-4888. And I will talk to y'all. Maybe I'll go live again tomorrow. So make sure y'all send me a message. Speak with the team. We still in the office. We got financing. I made this so easy for y'all. In any of our services, even credit repair, I can finance your credit repair service if you need credit repair. I brought back unlimited inquiry removal. Look, we can dispute all your inquiries over the course of 12 months. You make one payment, we'll dispute your inquiries all year long. Look, ain't nobody doing what we doing in 2025. That I'll promise you. July 19th, cancer season, June 29th. big Cancer energy all 2025. So y'all already know what y'all about to get. Y'all about to get these blessings. So until then, I'll see y'all at the top. Peace.